Well, all right!
Welcome back to As It Should Be. Paul Bertolino here in the world-famous As It Should Be studios. Crystal.
Hi.
Crystal Durant.
Hello.
In the world-famous As It Should Be studios.
Here I am.
Tommy. Tommy Von Voigt.
Hi.
There
in the
he
world-famous
is.
As It Should Be studios.
Here I am.
There he
And
is.
we're here to discuss our favorite albums of 2001.
Oh, I don't have any. All right, I'm out.
No, we're doing 2002.
Oh,
Well, that 2002
Samesies.
is just too rough that we decided to go back in time.
What?
Yeah.
I can't go through
It
that
is
again.
Well, that's why I'm wearing my New York City t-shirt, because I realized that I didn't wear it for the 2001, and so we're just doing 2001 over again.
God damn
Just
it.
kidding, we're doing 2002,
Ah.
and yeah.
and
I
it
start.
stinks.
Haven't even started
It's a little
yet.
rough, but I get to start. What do I have here? I have,
Now, I can't read what's going on over there, but in my periphery, I see shapes, and they're very small shapes.
there are shapes over there.
Yeah.
Well, I will say this. I don't have any runners-up. I don't have any mentions.
You even have 10.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
And I have a top 8.
Oh, so you don't have a top 10. You have 8.
Well, I'll come clean here, and I mentioned this to you when you first got here. I actually didn't get a chance to really finalize this list. I was about to do that this morning before you guys got here, and before I even got a chance to go and dig through the list. I might have eked out a couple more, maybe, if I had time to do the work, but
Okay.
I just hit the wall time-wise.
All
So
right.
I have a top 8.
All right.
It's okay.
And, well, at number 8, the Donnas with Spend the Night.
Yup.
Yeah, the Donnas. It's good. It's a perfectly good record. The thing about them is that they're getting more and more polished, and the records are getting more kind of, well, not,
Production?
but yeah, not really produced so much. Kind of produced, but still just straight ahead. They're not they don't have string sections or synthesizers
Yeah.
or anything. But but the records do sound more and more polished. And Donna A can sing a little better.
Yep.
And they're musically, as a band, they're tighter, and
Okay.
what are you gonna do? All right, so number 7, coming in at number 7, Supergrass with Life on Other Planets. I mentioned on, I think it was 2000, I think, when the last Supergrass album came out, that I wasn't as into that record. I think this one's a little bit better. I don't like this as much as the ones I really like from earlier, but this is a pretty good, serviceable Supergrass album.
Super.
Yeah. But number 6 is an album that I know that Crystal likes a lot. In fact, I strongly suspect it'll be on her list.
What is it?
Heathen by David Bowie.
Oh, yeah.
Heathen by David Bowie. Yeah. Not a lot of later David Bowie was really eligible to make my list, but
Because it wasn't good.
there's that. There's that. Coming in at number 5, what turned out to be a posthumous album, but it wasn't intended to be. George Harrison with Brainwashed. Yeah, the final George Harrison album. Like, he worked on that for years. It's one of those things where he was sick for a while, and every time he felt, when he would go through a period where he felt okay, he would go into his home studio and he'd work more on the album. But he kind of knew that he wasn't going to... He knew there was a good chance he wasn't going to live to see the finishing of the record, so he left detailed notes to Danny, his son, like, if I die before this record's completely done, here's how you finish
Do
it.
it.
This is what I want.
Wow.
So Danny went through and went, okay, I can finish this album doing what he wanted me to do.
Wow.
So in the end, it's the album that George Harrison wanted to go out. Like, I think, like, right down to the cover.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, number 4. This is a little band called The Malibu Kids. The Malibu Kids with an album called Sound It Out. The Malibu Kids is a side project of Jeff and Steve McDonald from Red Cross.
Oh, for Christ's sake. This is stealth Paulcore.
This is...
You just hit us with some
Stealth
surprise
Paulcore.
Paulcore.
Yes, that's right.
Wow. I was not expecting that.
Well,
That's
now
good.
this project is like... It's this weird thing where they're doing kind of electropop. It's pretty 80s. A lot of 80s kind of stuff on it, synthesizers and stuff. It's almost like the idea... Z Malibu Kids. It's almost like the idea is like these German guys, going to Malibu or whatever. I don't know. It's weird. I'm not fully like hip to what the whole premise was. But it's Jeff and Steve with Steve's wife, Anna Warrenker, from That Dog, and daughter of Lenny Warrenker. And technically, Jeff's wife, Charlotte Caffey of the Go-Go's, is on the record, but she's not in the band. Instead, because at that time, Charlotte was doing the Go-Go's. And so instead, in her place on the cover and posing as though she's in the band and appearing in the video is their like 6 or 7-year-old daughter, Astrid. So it's almost like this Chris and Tracy Partridge kind of thing.
That's genius.
And they made a video for one of the songs in the living room of Jeff and Charlotte's house, and they have the drums set up like on the stairs, and little Astrid sitting behind the kit pretending like she's playing, and she's on the front cover with them like she's a band member, everything.
Oh my
cool. God.
So it's kind of cool.
I like that.
And they all kind of share vocals. Anna sings some songs, Jeff, Steve, and it's kind of a cool little weird side project album. And all right, so number 3. My third favorite album of 2002. Imperial Teen with On. Yeah, now this album, this is probably the last Imperial Teen album that's going to make my list, but this is a super strong album in my opinion. And I even actually have this on vinyl, but I just don't have it here. I would love to have it in the background, but what are you going to do?
You saw it here.
Yeah, you saw it below, so... but number 2, you know what? My number 2 and 1 are Glasses Off.
Both of them?
I have 2 Glasses Off albums in 2002 on a list that I couldn't even complete.
Well, this is special.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, what is it?
The Wondermints with Mind If We Make Love to You.
Really?
The Wondermints, yes. Jim, you know what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Now, the Wondermints are a band out of L.A. Total... Robert, you're going to hate this record. Total Beach Boys worshippers. This amazing Beach Boys-esque album that they made in 2001 that's way better than a lot of Beach Boys albums. It's just this really, really fantastic album. The songs are super strong. The performances, they're really great. Like the vocals, it's a fucking great album. And I think they made one album prior to that. They made this album, which was just like universally acclaimed when it came out by the people who knew it existed. And they really haven't done anything since. The guy Darian, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, sorry. He is the main guy in the band. He, of course, went on to be in Brian Wilson's band, and that's kind of really what he focused on for years after that. It's like, why try to make Beach Boys albums when you could just be in Brian Wilson's band, right. And so that's kind of was that. But this record is so fucking good. I can't even begin to tell you. Glasses Off.
All right.
But
oh wait.
So my number one.
Has to put them back on.
It's Glasses Off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Swing Out Sister.
Yes.
With Somewhere Deep in the Night. Holy shit. This is the album that got me on them. This is the album that my friend Mary, I talked about this a few episodes back, our friend Mary Edwards, you know Mary Edwards, she sent me a text, and we were texting or talking on the phone, and she's like, no. Go listen to Somewhere Deep in the Night. You will like this record. And I put that record on and was like, oh yes. This record was made for me. You. It's absolutely, it's just like this beautiful fucking like orchestral album. Like I said about their previous record, well, it wasn't about that record, kind of more about this I was talking about when I said this. It's like Dionne Warwick, Bacharach era stuff. And it sounds like music that could have been on, 60s soundtracks. It's just really, really amazing shit. And easily my favorite album of the year, by far.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. So anybody who knows Swing Out Sister just because of Breakout in that album, this is an entirely different thing. So, and if you didn't like them because that was all 80s and you liked the, kind of 60s shit, listen to this record. Well, all right.
All right.
Commercials.
I want my baby back. 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 Rib
Vibes.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back.
Chili's baby back ribs.
Barbecue sauce.
We're going.
All right.
We are going.
Yeah. It's over to me.
Get going.
Would you
like a list?
I'd like a list.
Give us the list.
Well, sadly, because it's 2002, I only have 4 albums.
Really?
That's all I could come up with.
Wow.
And it's not for a lack of trying. I mean, it's just, come on. So.
Well, when you were making that list, you found there was a lot of shit.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy, did I. Boy, oh boy, did I.
See what I did there?
You did
Yep.
it. Ding.
Yeah, sorry. That's an inside joke.
Inside joke, yeah.
So.
Tommy's like, shut up.
3 of the. Look. All right. My segment is already going to be a minute and a half as it is. Let me just.
Right. We're trying to fill it out.
Take your time.
Yeah,
Trying
pad
to pad it out.
time,
pad it
yeah.
out. Yeah.
So, of the 4, 3 of them are part of the category known as I can't stand behind these anymore, but this is what I was listening to in the early 2000s.
Ding.
Yep. So, number 4, Weezer with Maladroit.
Which color was that one?
That was not a color.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't a color.
No,
Okay.
it was not.
And this is the last time Weezer will be showing up on my list, most likely.
This is your when your ticket gets punched, you're
At this
off
point,
the
I'm like,
Weezer bus.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think we're done.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how bad the records have gotten. He's not desperate enough in
Yeah.
these years to put them on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've got some desperate years coming up. My number 3, and this is where I get off these guys too. The Queers with Pleasant Screams.
What? This is the end of the
You're
queer
finally
train?
getting off that.
Yeah, they
Wow.
kept going. There's a few more Queers records, including one that Billy, the former guitarist from one of my old bands, actually plays on. So yeah, at that point their paths merged. But yeah, I'm just after this, I'm just done. Yeah. My number 2, Travolta's with Endless Summer, and this is the album that was out on the same label I was on at the time.
Oh, look at you.
You're always talking about the same label when you say that, right?
Fast Music, yeah.
Okay, I don't know if you
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been on other labels or not.
Yeah, no, this was the label that I was on with Travolta's and Huntington's was Fast Music. And in fact, they came to the States and did a bunch of touring for Endless Summer, and they played on the same stage with us on the Warped Tour.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, so I got to know them a bit, and I exchanged back and forth with Perry, the singer, a little bit, and he sent me like some demos and some stuff over there that was not released anywhere, some recordings of them doing like entire cover albums of Beach Boys stuff and pretty cool stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, they were cool guys, and they were a really good band. And that's it. And then now back out of that category, I have an album. This is the only time that they've shown up not in that special category with what I think is actually their best album. And I know Paul doesn't feel this way, but I feel like this is the point where they actually finally achieved the sound I think they kind of always wanted to have. And that would be the Donnas with Spend the Night.
Interesting. Okay.
I feel like
I think it's a perfectly good record.
To me, that's their strongest one, and I think that's the point where everything finally all fit, and they finally landed the sound that I think they were probably always going for.
Yeah.
And after this one, I get off.
Yeah, well, you make a good point. You know, they sounded the way they did earlier because that's as good as they could sound. They probably wanted to sound like that right out of the gate.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I think they finally landed it. They finally nailed it.
Yeah.
I think the songs are really strong. The production is fantastic. The playing is great. And then after this, I think they did Gold Medal next, and I was just like, ugh, I wasn't feeling that one at all.
That one I haven't heard.
And then there's another one after that, I think, called Bitchin', but I've never heard it. And then after that, they broke up.
Yeah, I've never heard all
there's
of
2
that.
more albums after this, yeah.
Okay.
So, and that's it. That's me. That's me. How long is this? My segment is just barely over 4 minutes, including all the rambling on and fiddle faddling about. Yeah, this is a bad year, guys. This is bad. Bad. With
Well,
capital
it gives you
B.
guys more time to go and look up, the Queers albums and to check them out and
No, there's
all
no
that
reason.
kind of stuff.
There's no reason to look up that record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't you check this out?
Hello, Moto.
Formation. wanna take it one step. I'm gonna play someday. Someday long. Play someday long. I'm gonna play someday.
Well, all right, we are back.
And we're back.
Well, Crystal, you
It's
got a
nice.
list.
I got a list.
Listy.
Hold on a moment.
Get
All right.
listy with it.
I have no fun facts and I have no runners up.
Boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So nothing fun or factual happened
Nothing
in
fun or
2002?
factual. No.
Do you even have a full 10 songs?
No, I don't.
Whoa!
First time ever.
This is how dire it is.
First time. I got 7.
Well, but actually, before we move forward, I do want to state that, in general, at least for me, I don't know about you.
Mm-hmm.
I know how it is for Tommy. It isn't just gonna go like this. Like I kind of go like this. Like I have many years coming up where I have full lists without question.
I don't yet know. I
So,
haven't started
yeah.
working on the coming years.
I don't know either.
I might be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I even have runners up on upcoming years. So this just happened to be a tougher year for me. you
Yeah.
know?
For all of us, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do these lists until the week of. I don't know what kind of lives these people are living.
The best ones.
Where they get to do, they got time to do this stuff way in advance. Well, you already have an excuse because
Well,
you
mine,
already had
I
your
already
shit.
did mine a long
Yeah.
time ago.
But yeah, I
Mostly.
do mine the week of.
All right, Crystal,
And
give us your
sometimes
list.
the night of. All right, so this is my top 7. Wow, I never thought I'd say that. Coming in at number 7, I have Music by Eric Sermon. And that is the hit single where he's singing over Marvin Gaye. Just like music, doon doon doon, doo doo doo, ooh ooh.
I don't know this at all.
No, don't know it.
It's a really good record. Another chill hip hop, R&B, neo soul thing. Number 6, I have AOI Bionics, Bionix, by De La Soul. Not electronica, but a little newfangled. Even though it's 2002, it's still not old school De La Soul, let's say. It's still killer samples and all that. They sampled Dr. Buzzard's Savannah Band, Laura Nyro, Wings, Tavares, and the Fat Boys. That's just some of the samples that they used in this record. I mean, Laura Nyro?
Well,
Yeah. Digging
so
the
how
crates.
deep into those guys go? Like, how far do they still make albums now?
Well, no, because Trugoy died.
Oh, somebody died.
Last year.
I don't know
the year
anything about
before.
them. So
No, they stopped. Well, they stopped making records. Was this the last one? Either this was the last one, or maybe they did one more. But they were so busy, they ran out of gas because they were trying so hard to get their masters back and put out
right, you talked
earlier
about that.
stuff on digital format.
Yeah.
And they had 8,000 years of litigation to get those samples
Jesus.
cleared, which finally happened last year. I talked about that already, so they kind of like petered out a little bit. At number 5, I have Genesis by Busta Rhymes. Oh man, so this is What It Is and As I Come Back and Pass the Cavassier. Which
Oh,
is,
that's that. Oh,
I love that jam.
that's that. Oh, doesn't the video have Mr. T in it?
It has
I think it
everybody
does,
in it.
yeah.
It has
well, that's
everybody in
a
it.
high point then.
Pass the Cavassier. It's like Spanish guitar. I like it. And Break Your Neck. That's a good Busta Rhymes record for 2000. Considering it's 2002, and he's still putting out some bangers there. That's pretty good. Number 4, I have Somewhere Deep in the Night by Swing Out Sister. Yeah. What he said.
What I said.
Coming in at number 3, I have In Search Of, the Nerd album. Now, some people know who they are, some people don't. And that is Hugo and what's his face?
Pharrell.
Pharrell, yeah. Pharrell. Pharrell Williams. So they have the side project called NERD, which is an anagram for something that I do not remember. And this is the album that has Lap Dance and Rockstar and Provider. Lap Dance is the one where it makes fun of woo girls in the club. You can do lap dance for free. Yeah. And Rockstar, it's good. Number 2, I have Under Construction by Missy Misdemeanor Elliott. Another big, huge Missy Elliott record. Anything? Nothing?
Yeah.
But my number 1 album of 2002 is, Paul called it, it's Heathen by David Bowie.
Yeah.
That record is so fucking good. Because
I knew it! Sorry.
Because, excuse me. Because he got one of the best producers that he ever worked with producing it.
Who was it?
That is Mr. Tony
Visconti?
Visconti.
Oh, we got him back.
Okay. Yeah.
He came back and they did this album, and this one of my best friends who I miss terribly, Mindy, who was also my lawyer, Mindy Friedman Esquire, she got me to listen to this record because she was a big Bowie fan. Not on the level of Raquel, but huge. Oh. And she was like, "Oh my God, Heathen, you have to listen to this." And I had been off Bowie for a long time.
Hadn't we all?
You know, with the side projects that weren't good and all that. And I was like, "Oh, I don't know, Mindy." She's like, No. Tony Visconti's back. And I was like, "Oh," and I ran out to literally
Those are
like
the magic words.
What? And I ran out and got it and played it. And I was like, "Oh, this is so good. It's like a warm blanket." So great.
At last, a good new Bowie album.
Oh, from front to back. The covers on it's so great. So if you missed this record, get on it because it's worth it. It's great. It's great.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we got coming up here in the commercial department, eh?
Have you noticed? You hear something new at fountains today. People who think young say, "Pepsi, please."
The lively crowd today agrees. Those who think young say, "Pepsi, please." They pick the right one, the modern light one. Now it's Pepsi. For those who think young, the right one, the modern light one. Now it's Pepsi. For those who think young.
All right, so it is time to hate 2002.
Styly.
I know somebody who shall remain nameless, who's in this room, who hates 2002. We'll figure out who that is.
Who shall remain nameless.
You blew your own cover.
Sorry. They knew.
Okay,
in their hearts, they knew.
They knew.
Yeah. They knew.
But Paul,
right,
I think you should start first.
I get to start first, yeah.
Oh, wow.
All right. Oh, shit. Well, you remember how earlier I mentioned that I didn't get a chance to really finalize my list?
Yes.
And so I only had 8 instead of 10 on my main list. As a result, I didn't really get a chance to go really too deep into the worst stuff either. So I only have one thing, and it's a little bit of... It's kind of like... I've mentioned these guys before, but it does bear repeating.
Yeah.
Maroon 5 with Songs About Jane.
Oh, yeah.
That was just sort of like the quick first thing I put there. I intended this to have more shit, but I never got around to it. But, I mean, let's really... Anything by Maroon 5. Okay.
And somehow people are still letting that guy sing.
Adam Levine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did a song during the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction. I forget who it was, but please get off the stage. He had on his drag from Kmart that he designed. So it was like a t-shirt and a denim jacket and then a trench coat. What year is it? And scene. Go ahead, Tommy.
So, I hope you have a long hate list.
I don't.
You don't know because you don't hate anything.
I don't have any dishonorable mentions because there's just so much horrible shit from 2002. I just ran out of gas, man.
We should just give them a link at the bottom of this to the full list of everything that came out. That's Tommy's list.
Basically.
Yeah.
But I do have a worst of the year, which in some ways I almost felt bad picking this, but it was so much of a letdown and just so cringe-inducing. And everyone was hyping this record when it was coming out. I was like, oh, it's soon to be classic. It's going to be amazing. Wait till you hear it, you know, blah, 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 blah.
That's
and
always
that is,
a death knell.
Yeah, it is the posthumous solo album by Joey Ramone, Don't Worry About Me.
Oh.
And it is just not good. Everyone was like, "Oh, it's better than any of the later era Ramones." It basically sounds like Adios Amigos Part 2. And it's just not good. I mean, it's got the cover of the
What a Wonderful
World. Yeah. But I mean, it's also got a lot of just really cringe-inducing shit on there. He's got a song called Maria Bartiromo.
What?
Where he's literally singing the whole song about how much he loves Maria Bartiromo.
Her?
Yeah. Now, of course, Joey died years before I think it became known that she's kind of a piece of shit.
She is a total piece
He probably
of shit.
didn't know. He probably didn't know. Yeah.
I think at
Everybody
that
thought
point
that
she
she
was
was
just
cool.
like some kind of talking head on like finance.
Yeah, on
something.
CNN.
Yeah.
And she had her thing in the still has it, I guess, in the Times of the Wall Street Journal. The little illustration, blah 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 blah. But she is a POS for your mama.
Yeah, is she full on Trumpy?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously Joey did not know this at the time.
Yeah, no, he didn't know this, and yeah.
But this is the kind of album this is, where he's singing
and
about
that isn't even his last solo album. His brother put together another posthumous album.
Yeah, like 10 years after this.
Yeah.
Made of like we're talking scraping the bottom of the barrel, man.
Just let the man die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
But this album is just not good, and that one stood out amongst everything else of that year because I was actually looking forward to that record naively, foolishly, and I was like, oh,
Not naively.
man.
Who knew?
I don't know. Maybe
people wanted some little piece of Joey after the fact and like hope that it was good. And I think because I heard the same thing, oh my god, it's so great, and people were just saying that because he was dead.
Right.
Well, I mean, I knew at that point in time, because I had been into the Ramones for years at that point. I understood the history. At that point, I understood who had been writing what. And it had all been really Joey and Dee Dee during the golden era. And then I came to understand that a lot of the really, really catchy bubblegummy songs, that was all Joey writing all that shit back in the old days. So I'm thinking, okay, obviously Adios Amigos was a pile of shit. They got CJ Ramone singing. They got, Dee Dee, they're giving Dee Dee drug money, getting songs from him they didn't give a fuck about. But I'm figuring, okay, the band broke up. It's been years. He's been slowly laboring on this. Maybe he put his heart and soul into it. Maybe we're going to get some classic era Joey Ramone stuff.
Well, he also knew he wasn't well when he was making that stuff.
And I was really disappointed. That was not the record I thought it was going to be. It was just not good. So,
oh well.
Over to you, Crystal.
Bubba Sparks.
And scene.
Bye. That's all I got. Good night, everybody. That's it.
How many X's are in Sparks?
3.
Yep.
Oh,
going to a commercial. All right,
All
here
right.
we go.
Well,
Wait.
let's supplement this segment by saying anything by 2002.
Yeah.
And we will see you in a minute.
The Pump from Reebok. It fits a little better than your ordinary athletic shoe.
No
Don't
further
need anything else.
explanation needed.
No. Bubba Sparks.
Yep.
Don't even have to look at it. I just knew it.
This is going to be a comically short episode. But again, I want to tell you guys, it isn't always going to be like this.
Yes.
We're hitting a rough moment here, but it's
Yeah.
not like they're going to get down to where like they're like 5-minute videos. Like it's going to, you know.
I think this represents the shortest that they'll be as we go forward, but some of them might be longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
We'll see.
I know I will have a lot more on other years coming up, but I can't vouch for you guys.
I don't know, man.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, but one thing we definitely always have, and we always have the same amount of.
Oh.
There goes the harmony.
Take 2. All right. So what we have here, fuck it, we have vintage photo time.
Motherfucker.
Take 3. All right. So what we have here, what do we have here? We have
Photo vintage time. Take 4.
Okay, but before we go though, actually we have
Vintage photo time.
All right, so here we have Crystal in July of 2002 with her homie Bill Brown. And this was his birthday, and she DJ'd the party. And this is somewhere here in Brooklyn. And here I am in 2002 with my band The Sleeves. This is a band that I was the frontman and vocalist for that I formed while I was still in Persephone's Bees. And of course, what we have here is band photo 101, where you have to try to look like a group of really bad guys that you do not want to run into in a dark alley. Left to right, we have Aaron Noodleman on drums, Pascal Garneau on guitar and keyboards, Mike Miller on guitar, Nathan Alfaro on bass, and me, far right, on Elton John t-shirt. And here we have Tommy in 2002, and he says, "Here is Anti-Anti in August of 2002, the day we set out on our first US tour. We did the entire eastern stretch of the Vans Warped Tour. Unfortunately, I can't recall the names of everyone in this photo, but I'm third from left, John on bass is on my left, next to him is Billy, lead guitar, and kneeling in front of us is Byram Sam Ozer on drums. Byram replaced a departed Disco Dave and would soon leave as well. In fact, he left at the end of the tour, refusing to get back in the van, which, to be fair, was on the verge of bursting into flames. He had us leave him at a Red Roof Inn in New Jersey, left his drums behind, and went off to pursue his PhD in Europe. He is currently a doctor. I believe the van itself never made it back from Delaware. It is currently scrap metal." Alright, so there you go. That is Crystal and me and Tommy in 2002.
And we're back.
All
Oh, are we
right.
back? Oh, yeah, we are back. You're
Yeah.
right.
Bunch of
I didn't
cuties,
notice. I didn't
weren't we?
notice.
We're back.
Okay,
We
well,
look good in
anyway,
those
thank you guys
pictures,
for
right?
sitting through this long-ass episode. It's been a...
Just insufferable.
We're exhausted.
Yeah.
Interminable.
What? Interminable?
Yes.
Is that a word?
Yes.
No, it's not.
I don't know.
I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
Interminable.
Interminable.
Thank you, everybody, for watching and subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. But if you do subscribe, click the little bell,
Ring the bell.
notifications, like, comment,
Tell your friends.
all that fucking shit.
We say all
And,
the
you know, tell your mom, tell your dog, and tell your mom's dog. And come back next week.
Because
We're going to be discussing our favorite albums of 2003. Woo-wee-wee.
3.
Interminable. Endless.
Interminable.
Interminable.
Tommy's from
You're
Canada.
insufferable.
That's, you know,
Insufferable.
you're really trying hard, but and it's very honorable that you're that you're really trying this hard to get this.
I'll
far.
leave it.
Oh, that's good. Wait,
All right.
come back, Tommy. Come back, Tommy.
We
I
have
have a
to go
question
out.
for you.
Well, I got
All right,
the car's running.
See you guys
What?
next week.
No, I have a question for Tommy.
Oh shit, this is wow. Okay, all right.
What is love?
One thing we definitely always have, and we always have the same amount of.
Oh,
There goes the harmony. There goes the harmony.
oh shit! What were you gonna say?
Wait, Take 2.
All right.
All right, so what we have here, fuck it, we have vintage photo time.
Motherfucker.
Okay. Take 3. All right, so what we have here, what do we have here? We have
Photo vintage time. Fuck your couch.
I just push record. I just push record.
Okay, we ready? All right.
She wants.
Who's going first? On this
Well, let's find out.
episode.
I am going first this time.
I get the
Paul.
last word.
You do.
You choose the last word in 2002.
Critical,
Knock
crucial
yourself
pop
out.
culture year of
He goes,
2002.
knock yourself out.
Knock
You
yourself
can
out. with
fucking have it. You want the next couple of years too? Go right for it.
that. You can have last word from here on out if you want.
Yep, all you. It's all you, Crystal.
All right. It's
All right.
for you. Sorry.
Well, all right.